What is going on, you guys? Today taking the ECU at the Z400, and now we'll be sending over to Norton Motorsports so they can flash a tune on it. First off, we're gonna have to take both seats off. You guys know the drill. We'll be taking this bolt off with a 4mm Allen key. Put that out. We'll move up here. Remove this one. We did have to remove that bolt. We are going to have to push in these 3 clips and then pull this entire side off. We're going to have to do this on both sides of the bike. The side is off. Now we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Top removed, the plastic washer. You gotta remove that bolt and press in on those clips. I just hit the center of the clips. They pop right out. And now we gotta take off the fairing. Just give it a little tug. Removed. Now we're gonna remove this bolt on both sides of the tank. Just holding the tank down. I do believe it's a 10mm. It's actually an 8mm. I'm gonna take these off. These two are 10mm. Come over here. The side of the tank. Take this line off. Take this line off. I'm gonna come down here and take our fuel line off. Pry it off like that. And pull. Now we're gonna remove this plate. Plate removed. That'll allow us to lift up on the tank. I'm going to remove the fuel pump wire. Fuel pump wire removed. Now we can take off the tank. Now the fuel tank removed. I'm going to take this off. Those 4 bolts, 5mm. Okay, change of plans. I'm not taking this off because I can't seem to get this side removed. We still have to take out this plastic tray. I'm going to undo all the wires from the tray. We have to take these 2 bolts out. I believe it is 8mm. Both bolts have been removed. It's been removed. I did one side and bent it up a little bit. But now we gotta take the negative terminal off the battery. Always disconnect the battery when you're working with the ECU. Here the ECU is this block. This is bigger one under the smaller top one. But first, we're gonna move this. All you gotta do is push it forward. Okay, I removed that from its home. We just gotta lift the ECU and disconnect it. ECU removed. Now with the ECU removed, we're going to send it over to Norton Motorsports, get their flash on here. I'm going to put the velocity stacks in the airbox. We're going to start doing some airbox modification. Get ready for the velocity stacks when they come in. Now we're going to have to take the airbox off. I've already loosened pretty much everything. Loosened all these screws. Now you gotta take this air hose off, and one down there. Those are off. I'm gonna take my bolt. It's a 10mm, by the way. First we gotta take our 3mm and take off where airbox and the throttle body meet. 3mm Allen head. Loosen it on both sides. We got those loose. Yank this up. Pull the other tube off. Airbox comes off. Here's the other tube. So it's that tube, that tube, that tube. I'm going to take the two clamps off the throttle body and the one bolt that was holding that on. Now we're gonna rip the top off. Airbox, like I said, I've already loosened all of these. I'm gonna have to remove that screw. Take the air filter off. I'm gonna move this stack off to the side. It's loose. Pull the filter off. I have a new filter coming in. Next thing I'm gonna do is turn this over and completely remove these two clamps so I can take out these stacks. We'll be replacing them with Norton velocity stacks, 3mm. First one. Second one removed. That'll give us the ability to pop these out. First one out. Second one removed. Gives the airbox this look. Now in the front of the airbox, we're going to be removing those two snorkels. Snorkels removed. Next step, we're going to cut a hole in here, as Norton Motorsports does suggest. Welcome back, guys. I got my airbox all marked out where I'm going to cut it. Remember, always wear your safety glasses. That ain't gonna work. Hey, first cut's looking good. airbox is cut. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. First off, a K&N Air Filter. I'm going to have to take the screw out of the old box. Screw is out. Then you're going to take the screw, put it through into a little slot. Air filter on. Velocity stacks in. These are just going to slide right on. Okay, got the first stack in. Look at the second stack in. Honestly, it's just a game of 700. There we go. 2 velocity stacks in. I'm going to head to the back of the airbox. Put these clamps back on. Stacks are going to have this little dimple for the hole inside the bracket. Want to make sure they line up so you can tighten them good. Yep, looks good. Airbox done. We're going to move this block off plate here. 8mm. Second that out. This entire thing will lift right up. And I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to put a block off plate. Inside here, there's a plate there, a gasket. And I want to make sure that stays in. There she is. Once we got some hardware, that's going to go on the airbox. I'm going to use those two. And I don't know where. There's 2 of those. I don't know where they go. So we're not going to use them. But we're going to go put this where this belongs. Take the 2 bolts out. Give it a look and see what size they are. Looks to be a 5mm. We'll start by tightening it with my hand. Get this other one on there. Start it with my hand. Go ahead and tighten that up. It's tight. Tighten this one up. That's tight. And now with this, we're going to put it on the airbox. This replaces this hose. So we're going to grab the bottom of the airbox, flip her over. It's going to be this one. Put a zip tie around there, tighten it up. We're going to want to hook up this bottom air hose that we took off. Okay, got that on. That's literally the hardest thing out this whole video. I'm gonna put the velocity stacks on the throttle body. Looking good. Take our 3mm Allen, tighten that up. That's tight. Come around to the other side and do the same. It's tight. We're gonna lift, wiggle, make sure they don't move. They look tight. So now we have the block off plate, airbox all completed. We're going to put the top of the airbox back on. Remember, it has all the screws. We'll start all of them so none of them fall out. Okay, those are all tight. We're going to put our 10mm back in the airbox holder spot. Plug the airbox back in.
Also remember to put the other air hose back on.
Airbox plugged in. Now we're going to move the ECU. Got my ECU back. They put some stickers on it. And put it back in its harness. Little home. So take the plugs and plug them back in. Okay, we put the ECU back in, we slid the relay back on, got the plastic back on. We're gonna line everything back up. Wires are back where they go. We'll take our 2 bolts. Start each side. Take our 8mm. Put that back on and take our bracket that we can get off the first time. Got the battery hooked up. Got that back on. Now we got to put the tank on. I'll get back to you when I have that on. Got the tank back on. Got to put the hose back on. These two. And put the 2 air lines back in over here. Now we're going to put the 2 bolts on. And after that, we're going to put the fairings back on. Okay guys, I got the fuel tank back on. Remember to plug in the fuel pump I got the fairings back on, the seats back on. Sorry, I couldn't video it, my phone died. Let's start her up real quick. Sounding good, guys. Took it for a little spin. She feels good. Have a great one, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video.